What's up, y'all? Happy Friday. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Thank you so much to everyone in the live chat hanging out with us tonight on this very special episode of Ladies Night. It's Valentine's Day. That's right. Fuck your Valentine's Day. It's Valentine's Day because I have with me tonight the best ladies in the Schmo Down, the one and only, my sweet babes, Miss Alex Mack.
What's up? Oh my gosh, I'm here. It's so amazing to be here today.
That's right. And also my sweet love, my sweet baby, Miss Kelsey.
I'm so happy to be here. I also been talking about it all day. Be like, guys, want to be on a Valentine's Day show with my girls? It's gonna be fun. Can't wait to talk and have some fun.
Oh, I'm super excited. We are all excited. The Action Army is excited. Let me tell you why. The Action Army is excited for this Valentine's Day night because we have the one, the only, the best part of the Action Army, the second half of the DiNuzzo clan, Miss Kim DiNuzzo.
Hello. I am also excited to be here, although I was not talking about it today because nobody would know what the hell I was talking about if I tried to tell them.
Right?
So,
fair enough.
This is part of being a Schmo Down wife.
Girl, I feel you 100%. I just want to have a seat. I just want to be like a fly on the wall between having a conversation while you and Lucas have conversations.
But Lucas is more Schmo Down now. Like he's more Schmo Down. He's kind of like gone to the dark side a little bit.
Yeah. Lucas has been a little bit more involved because I will gladly put Lucas in the Schmo Down wife category because Alex Mack has been a part of this for a very long time. Mac Daddy, Alex McFarland, as I remember her in the action streams and stuff like that. I remember seeing Alex inside of the chat and being like, I want to be her best friend. And now I am.
And now you are.
Yeah,
I literally almost rescheduled my entire wedding because they decided Chris, I don't know why I call him Chris, but Harloff decided he wanted to have a live event on the day of my wedding. And so literally, I kept going to the bathroom and be like, oh, I just have to go to the bathroom. And like, it's hot outside. I just need to go to the bathroom. No, I was literally sneaking away to watch the match on my phone on the toilet.
On your wedding?
Literally in my wedding dress. I'm like sitting in the bathroom for like 10 minutes at a time where I should be like shaking hands and saying hello to people that just like drove 10 hours or whatever. But here I am, literally sitting on the commode, watching the live event in my wedding dress.
That's hilarious.
Priorities, man.
Priorities. Speaking of priorities, y'all, we are all here on Valentine's Day, just kind of hanging out, doing a live stream for the Call to Action podcast. So thank you again to everyone. We're just gonna shoot the shit. You know how we do it on Ladies Night. We all have our drinks with us. Kelsey and I have our White Claw. Alex and Kim have their wine. What a shocker. What a surprise. So we're all excited to be here tonight. Thank you all for hanging out with us on this Valentine's Day. We really appreciate it. Single or not, we love you all so much. So we have 2 married women in the pod tonight, and we have 2 2 single women inside of the show tonight, and we're very excited to give you this introspective inside of the Schmo Down. There we go. Kim's kind of got it. It's weird.
It is weird.
It's backwards, so I know that Kim, since you're technically on my right side, I have to point to my left.
It's kind of dizzying trying to do that. It's just like
it's weird.
Down is the same. Otherwise, it's
yeah, a little bit
weird. It really is. So we're gonna hang out tonight, and we're definitely super excited to have Kim on. Kim, thank you so much for being a part of Ladies Night. We're super pumped that you're here.
Thanks for having me, guys. This is really exciting. I love hanging out with my girls.
Every day.
Kim is the mama of the Action Army for a very good reason, and I love her so much for that. So thank you.
I take care of my girls and my boys. I take care of all y'all.
She really does.
Also, in our defense, there are times where we too take care of you.
Yeah. Yes.
There have been
yes, there are.
I'm getting flashbacks to, was it New York?
New York.
Was it?
We all took turns needing help in New York.
Yeah, we all needed quite a bit of help in New York.
New York was a fun time.
Yes, it was.
I had to make sure that the Airbnb was going to be okay, and Kim made sure that I was going to be at the Airbnb to make sure that it was okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we do.
That's what we do. Kim, thank you so much for coming on. Really quickly, I want to ask you a quick question because everyone knows fucking DiNuzzo. Everyone knows who he is and all of that good stuff. But I want to ask you a quick question. I want to hear the story about how you and Paul met.
Okay. So I was a beautiful little 19-year-old girl.
Oh.
And Paul was a dirty 21-year-old.
So nothing's changed.
So nothing has changed.
That's what I'm hearing.
Nothing has changed.
Confirmation.
And I used to work overnights at Dani's because I was getting ready to go away to college.
Of course.
And I had to work a ridiculous amount of jobs. So my very first night on the floor, like after I was done training, he came in with his 3 friends. And they sat in my section, didn't know me. And it was my first night, so I didn't have a name tag yet. And so I went up to their table and I'm like, hi, welcome to Denny's. And they went to Denny's, by the way, every single night, like all the nights they were there. So they had never seen me before. So I was new, like, oh my God, she's new. And I had a name tag on that said Roselle. And so Paul, being so slick, because I had to have a name tag for my uniform. Paul, being so slick, he's like, "Oh, Roselle, it's such a beautiful name." And I was like, "Oh, well, thank you, but my name is actually Kim." And he's like, "Wow, that's even better." Right in there.
Right.
Very
slick.
Good job, Paul.
Okay, and Paul even says it. It was like 3 a.m. after basketball. It was the only place it was all fun.
Yeah.
Denny's is always fun.
Mm-hmm.
I love their breakfast burritos. It has like avocado, egg, pico. And it's like a huge. It's like it's pretty much like the same size as like some of the burritos you would get like Qdoba or anywhere. They're like really huge.
I just get the Grand Slam whenever I go.
Yeah.
I feel like Denny's is the best. You're still slightly drunk, but you're starting to sober up food that you start getting really hungry. Denny's.
I was a punk rock kid growing up, so every time after shows and stuff like that, everyone would just go to Denny's, and we would just flood Denny's and almost did like mosh pits inside of Denny's. Those were some great times. Woo! That was when I was 19. So
I've heard that
What
they
was like
loved
some of
it
your
too.
favorite Denny's moments? Like late night Denny's moments. Do you guys have any? I mean, I can only imagine like working there, some of the shit you've seen.
Crazy shit. Oh my God. So much crazy shit. I mean, it came down to, having like Paul and his 3 friends come in literally every single night, not even exaggerating, every night, sit in the same booth every night.
What did he order?
He would always order a cherry root beer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then he wouldn't really order food. And if he did order food, I usually give it to him for free. So I don't really remember. I got into so much trouble for giving him free food.
well,
But what was even more funny was the people that worked at night, not even so much the customers, but like the people that would work at night. We had this one cook that would go in the back and he would just like dance, and you could see him and he would be like this the whole time, anytime he's cooking anything. And I'm like, wow, he really loves his job. And I didn't.
Oh, I thought you were saying Paul would go in there.
Oh, I know. But that would be
that'd
awesome.
be so much
That would be
better. Can you imagine?
Oh my gosh. Really quickly, Jake is in the chat, and Jake is giving me shit for not going to Waffle House. I live in Corpus Christi, Texas, Jake. We don't have a Waffle House
I
over
don't
here.
know what Waffle House is. So.
Oh, Kelsey! Oh my gosh, come to Texas.
Okay,
I will take you to Waffle House.
Okay.
Free waffles? Otherwise, I'm in trouble.
Okay, Waffle House is, I'm not saying it's the Ritz-Carlton of restaurants.
It's absolutely right.
If Denny's was knocked down like 20 pegs and you chopped the prices in half, or maybe even to a quarter of it, you get Waffle House. It's just this one room diner situation. The floors are sticky. It's open 24/7, so nothing is ever really clean.
Right.
At some point, inevitably, you see the chef sneeze while making waffles. And
I have been to a
waffles for like $1 a piece, and you will be grateful.
I have been to a Waffle House. We just do not have Waffle Houses inside of my city, so that wasn't where we could congregate at the end of the night, Jake. So stop giving me shit, all right? We're trying to listen.
I say that with my description of Waffle House with care. I enjoy Waffle House. I am a regular.
Yes.
Bacon and
dirty
cheese
restaurant
with a waffle with butterscotch pieces on it.
Wow, that sounds good. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Well, also, everyone inside of the chat right now, we do not have a specific setup. If you're used to anything on Call to Action, then you know that we usually have a strict set of rules in how we do things. Ladies' night, we like to keep it a little chill. So if you have anything that you would like to contribute, please make sure that you leave your questions in the chat. We will make sure to get to them if we can and all of that good stuff. So please be a part of this conversation. That's what Ladies' Night is about. We're hanging out. We're opening White Claws. We're doing all of this shit. We got it going, y'all.
I think we should also like talk about just a wee bit about some of the ladies that we love that inspire us a little bit. Okay, Valentine's. What is the origins of Valentine's Day? Is it all Parks and Rec?
Okay. So Lucas tried to give some shit inside of the chat earlier.
Yeah, he was talking shit earlier.
But I definitely
Yeah.
So Valentine's Day the first time that I ever heard about Valentine's Day, it was on Parks and Rec, and technically we understand that Valentine's Day is February 13th, but we're just moving it over, extending the holiday so we can hang out with each other because we had AAA yesterday. So go and watch that episode because that is the most controversial show on the Call to Action Network. And we decided to bring Valentine's Day into this Valentine's Day. But Valentine's Day is technically February 13th, whatever we get it. But
it's whatever we want it to be.
Exactly. That's right.
If we want it in July, we can have it in July. It's up to us.
You know what? Every ladies' night is a Valentine's Day.
There is.
Yes, 100%. 100.
Well, I mean, like, so in that case, you know, like when you have those nights, like maybe it was in college, maybe it was like in high school, maybe it was just like that one random night where it was like you had a concert, you're out all night and you had no idea what to do, or whatever it may be, where you had to, in celebration of Valentine's Day night, whatever, tomato, go over like some of those real moments of relationships with some of like whether it be best friends, mentors, parent, like your mom or whatever whatever situation where you had that connection where you were like, man, I needed advice and you really helped me out, dude. Or, you know, you were able to kind of cry on the shoulder or whatever the situation was. Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I had to interrupt that because no one has mentioned poutine yet. So
good. Poutine's on my
I was just going to bring it up, and here we go. All right. Well, what you were saying, Alex. Okay, so to be honest, most of my life I didn't hang out with women all that much. I was kind of the girl in the guy group. And
why do you think that is? Why do you think that is? So, like, did you grow up with like being one of the only girls in the family and therefore doing certain activities?
I think it's because of my dad. I was really close to my dad, and so I spent a lot of time with him. He's very into comic book science, things that quote unquote are more guy things. So then the girls in class and I had nothing in common. But on that tangent, though, so when I was 13 years old, I started watching Sex and the City and seeing the relationship of the four women just like hanging out, being sisters, even though they're not blood related, just that relationship. I'm like, I want that someday. That looks great. And I've said this in DM to you guys is I feel like I have that now with you guys. And it's great. And so if we talk about important female relationships, this is it. This is what's important to me. So yeah.
Damn it, I swear, if you made me cry, Kelsey.
No, seriously. So I've always been the type of girl, like, I roll my eyes whenever I say that, like, girls that are closer to guys and stuff like that, because all of my best friends in high school and stuff like that were guys. But it's we need our lady friends as women because we need to be able to relate to that certain type of way. And I think it was a very petty thing for me whenever I was growing up, that it was just, I only hang out with guys because guys get me, and there's no drama whenever it comes to it. But we still need to have that relevancy, and we still need to have that communication and that connection between ladies, because there's still something that only women can relate to that our guy friends just can't.
Yeah, I totally agree. And guys, I'm with you. Like when I was growing up, I didn't have a lot of close female friends. I mean, I had one who I was kind of close with, but then once I got a boyfriend, like she was out the door. She just was not about it.
That's not awful.
Yeah,
it's awful. Yeah. But
it was whatever. High school was whatever.
Yeah.
But then I found when I got to college and you get more around like-minded people, that's where you kind of find your group. You find your groove. And I have this one friend, Becca, who I've been friends with for probably 15 years. And she moved to Pittsburgh. And she's the person that, even though I don't talk to her very often, she's the one that I always can go to. And even though we don't talk very often, it's like all the time. Like it's like no time has passed. So, you know, and as I get older, I find that I'm becoming friends with women more frequently and finding more to relate to with women, because women, when I was younger, were just a bunch of drama-filled bitches.
We all were, though.
And I just don't do that. Like, I just can't function with that. So now that I'm older and like my friends are all older, like I've got so many more girlfriends now. I got you guys.
I agree 100%. I also disagree in some aspects. It's crazy. I mean, like, you know, as we age, our priorities change, obviously. And like you said, high school is such a weird time. You know, we're in a transition. Our bodies are kind of maturing. Hormones are changing. We're starting to date for the first time. And, you know, things like that. And suddenly things like friendships don't seem nearly as important as, you know, being able to make out with some guy behind the bleachers at a game. You know, not that I don't know, of course. But what? But I didn't really, when I was in high school, I had three or four best friends that were all female. And it wasn't a Sex and City situation where like we were all together. There was clearly like one alpha. A bunch of us were the betas. In some ways, I kind of look back and there's aspects of it where it's kind of Mean Girls-ish, where we weren't like, we were very kind of cliquish. Like it felt almost like when you rewatch Friends, you realize Friends are all like actually bad people. You know, like, friends are all like these assholes that really make fun of anyone that tries to be friends with them individually, and they're like, no, you're trying to be friends with us. And you realize that my friends and I were those people. we were friends with each other, we loved each other and everything, and none of us dated really all too much until later. But it's so weird how that changed. And unfortunately, one of them actually passed last summer, very, very young. And I ended up like kind of doing a lot of, I had like a lot of late night cries where I was like, oh, fuck. One, how many times it's been, how old? 2, I could literally die tomorrow. So it's kind of like crazy how that happens.
Yeah.
But, you know, having those female friendships, you know, whether they formed earlier in life or later in life, having those friendships, those other women to rely on is so necessary.
Yeah, and I think it's very important for a lot of females to kind of rally for each other and be with each other. And I know that there have been plenty of times where I've been disrespectful to my female friends and stuff like that. And I constantly think about the times where I fucked up with lady friends and stuff like that. Yeah. And I just think it's important for all of us to know that we as women together deserve to hold each other up and to really stand behind each other and stuff like that. So it's hard being a lady sometimes. So I think it's always great whenever we see female empowerment inside, and just to kind of bring this back to the Schmo Down. Watching the females inside of this league be with each other and be friends with each other and push each other up, and to know that like where the Schmo Down has gone, because I know most of us have been in here for a very long time. All of us have been a part of the Schmo Down for a very long time, and to see the progression of the female empowerment inside of this without being like too overly like this is all female, blah, 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 blah. But it's just sort of organically gained what it is now, and to see all of the ladies that are involved inside the Schmo Down now is wonderful. It's so freaking good to see, and it's so nice to see in its own sort of way. So I'm very glad that the Schmo Down in general has always been inclusive. It has never been something that has been like, this is only for boys and stuff like that. Like, even when they were like tiny chats about like, we need to start a women's league, everyone was like, no, fuck that. No, fuck that bullshit.
So fucking stupid. And what's good though, I mean, like, people were quick to shut that down, which I'm so grateful for.
And it wasn't just the women, which is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't have to be like, were you guys like DM'd or anything at all during that point? I remember I wasn't so much attacked, but I remember like I made a comment, like someone made a post about having a women's league or something, and I was like, no, that's fucking stupid. It was like a Facebook group thing, and I was like, no, that's an awful idea. They're all competitors, you know. This is based on knowledge alone, exclusively. This is not like football.
Hashtag we are the league.
Yeah, I remember being DM'd by like 2 or 3 different people, different guys. And I just remember thinking, are you fucking serious? Buddy agrees with me.
Action cat.
Me up. Cat. Jesus.
Action dog is somewhere around here hanging out.
Yep. Like, I remember when I first started watching Schmo Down, I mean, like, it's amazing how it's progressed, because really Clark was like the consistent female competitor. Like, there weren't that many. They would have women show up. It'd be like one-offs here and there. And that's one reason I got drawn to Clark. I'm like, yeah, Shire Wolves, I love this competitor. Strong female. And then slowly over time, it's just been building and building. And now I haven't actually looked at the numbers, but it's got to be pretty close to 50-50 at this point. Or at least it's getting there, because girls are taking the league.
I don't know if I mean 50-50, but it definitely feels like a good 75-25.
That's what I'm saying. It's getting there.
Or like 60-40 or something like that. It's definitely grown significantly. It's like nuts.
Sorry. I don't know what happened.
Dani, get it together, lady.
Not Dani.
Oh,
Yeah.
regardless. Kim, when are you going to come to? Was any live events coming up that you're going to?
Boston. We're going to be in Boston in May.
Hey.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure.
Who's in the house? I'm sorry. I just have to say hi to Darby really quickly.
Hi, Darby.
Kim, I can't wait to hug you in Boston then.
I know. I'm so excited. I can't wait.
You like pretend to have accents the entire time and fail.
I am terrible at accents, so let's do it.
Yes.
The worse it is, the better. I totally
Yes.
Exactly. And then we're like the more we drink, the even more aggressive accent it is. Boston.
Boston. I gotta go walk.
Y'all can hear my terrible Chicago accent on the reaction to the Brett and Bonnie match tomorrow when that drops, because I've done a terrible accent on that one.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. But I am not able to go to a lot of the live events this year. I was telling the ladies inside of the Babes chat that live events are going to be very hard for me to go to this year. I work for a corporate company. I'm a hairdresser. I'm an educator for a corporate company. So I go and I do that. There's a lot of traveling that I have to do this year, and it just is hard for me to kind of tie that into the Schmo Down. So live events are kind of going to be a hard thing, but if the Schmo Down comes to Texas this year, I will be there.
I will be there too. I want to see
Texas forever, so I can bring. And I would really appreciate for Kim to be there, for Alex to be there, for Kelsey to be there, to just for Kelsey to be there. So I can share them all around Texas because I love Texas and I would love to be there with my ladies in Texas.
Ladies. Yes. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting like several people just telling me to just
do it. Chug it. Chug
it.
It's wine. Don't chug it. Don't chug it. Don't do it.
What's this?
I'm trying to be classy with this swirl.
Swirl it. Savor it. No, don't chug it.
Alex doesn't have wine.
That was a bad decision.
Yeah.
It smelled really bad.
Also, in the reaction for tomorrow, you can see my made-up drinking game that I made up for myself. So,
tell me about this made-up drinking game because I will definitely watch more Schmo Down matches if there's a drinking game involved with it.
It's chugging while Mark Ellis is saying the rules.
Oh, well, shit! Then you get real drunk then.
Yeah, y'all tune in tomorrow to see how that works out for me.
Oh, speaking of which, I was watching the reaction for the chat yesterday when it debuted for our reaction. I'm kind of curious what you think when it finally does go live, Dani. I want to see if it compares to you.
I watched it.
It's live.
Oh, it is live? Okay. Yeah. I watched my reaction yesterday. I was like working until like 9:30, and so I wasn't able to watch it typing in the chat and everything. I have so many people commenting about how drunk I am.
And were you?
I don't get it.
I didn't feel like you were that drunk. I look back
and I'm like, I led literally maybe a glass and a half. I'm looking at it. I'm like boisterous, but that's just my personality. Especially with Lucas. I have to compensate for he's just such a chill dude. But everyone started commenting about how much of an alcoholic I was. And I'm like, you fucking kidding me.
No, listen, you're not an alcoholic because alcoholics have a problem with their drinking. You don't have a problem at all with it.
Right.
Exactly.
So you know what you're doing. You're fine.
Can you give me some more wine? Lucas?
Lucas, you're in the chat. Will you please bring Alex more wine?
Yep. Lucas.
Please. This is the fun part about having two married women inside of the Schmo Down. Unfortunately for Kim, wow. Okay, there's a dark shadow inside of this, and I believe I said something before we started recording.
Action husband.
Human and getting involved in our stuff. Yeah.
This fly is buzzing very loudly on the wall right now. But that is also the fortunate part about being a Schmo Down husband is that you get to provide for your Schmo Down wives. So
well, and that's why I have my own bottle here because my Schmo Down husband is at the workplace.
Kim, I do want to ask you that question because Paul is so very heavily involved inside of the Schmo Down, inside of the Schmo Down. How has that been for you? Like understanding that he's a weird, different type of personality for this whole shindig.
Are you talking me or Kelsey?
No, I'm talking to Kim.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. Okay, sorry, Kim. Go ahead.
No, that's fine. So, I got to tell you that honestly, one of the hardest things is trying to explain what my husband does 95% of the time to my friends and family. So, they're like, oh, Paul's in LA. What's he doing in LA? And I'm like, well, you see, there's this movie trivia thing. And he really likes it. And so it's got to the point now where I'm just like, oh, he's visiting friends. Which is true. He is visiting friends.
No, absolutely.
But it's so much easier to explain than explaining Schmo Down to people that just don't get it.
Yeah.
Yep.
But, for example, today the match for today. He's like, I had the day off today and we took our daughter out for dinner. And we had about an hour and a half to kill before we were going to go out to dinner. And he's like, watch this match with me. And I was like, I don't really know these people. It's not like Ben and Drew. Like I'm like Brett and Bonnie. But I watched it and I liked it. I liked it a lot.
I think we just need like gifts of you. I mean, like, I think we need gifts of that everywhere on Facebook.
Seriously.
Yeah.
But it was good, you know. But it's just definitely not. It's not something I would choose to do in my free time. And I think it's just because I just don't get it. Like, I just don't get it. I love it, and I love watching the big matches, you know, like with the you know, the ranking people and everything. And I love those, but like the little matches with like the people, the rookies, I'm like, okay, sure.
I feel you. Absolutely.
No, totally. I get that. And as a single person who had Kelsey, this is where I'm going with it, girl. We're like, as a single person who has to like go on dates and talk to people about like when someone asks me like what I'm doing on a Monday night and stuff like that, I'm like, oh, I'm busy. I have work to do. And especially because Sundays I usually dedicate all day long Sundays just to getting ready, studying, researching, doing everything that I can to get ready for Chill to Action on Mondays, which we do. So watch Chill to Action on Mondays. So it's really difficult for me to kind of explain being on the internet like this, like hanging out with people in the chat, hanging out with people here, and just kind of explaining the Schmo Down to people who don't get it and who don't understand it. So it's almost, I don't want to say that I'm embarrassed by it, because definitely 100% I will absolutely talk about it when the opportunity presents itself. But for the most part, it's always like, I'm busy on Mondays. I'm sorry. Kelsey, do you feel the same way about that, being a single lady that's involved with the Schmo Down the way that you are?
Yes, and people don't understand. So back in September, October, I was seeing somebody, and I really liked him, and we had a lot of chemistry. He actually came and watched our shows, and he would text me and be like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And I'm like, well, go watch a match, and then you'll know what I'm talking about. He's like, I don't want to, maybe sometime, I don't know, but like, you look great, like, good job. And then it started getting to the point where he texts me like, hey, like on, you know, Wednesday night, he'd be like, hey, do you want to hang out? Be like, I'm filming. I need like a couple days notice, because then I can at least try to find someone to cover for me. And he's like, but you don't get paid for this. Why do you have to like find someone to quote unquote cover your shift? I'm like, I get paid in this with friendships and connections and experiences, and like which is more valuable to me than money, in my opinion. So like, it's more important to me than that. So like, he did not get that, and so we stopped seeing each other.
Well, Paul's dad, who is like old school Italian, when we talk about what he's doing, he's like, oh, that podcast thing? When are you going to make money doing that? And Paul's like, well, you know, I run their Patreon. And he's like, is that making money? And he's like, no, but I have really good friends. Yes. Friends aren't money.
Weird to tell people about. I mean, like, I personally, so I personally am in a very social job where I'm talking all the time. I'm an esthetician, so I just talk nonstop.
You talk as an esthetician?
So I kind of let them decide, because I have a lot of clients that come see me where they're stay-at-home parents and it's their time to relax. And if they want to pay me to nap while I massage their face for an hour,
That's
totally
me.
down for that.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't want to talk to anyone while I'm getting a facial.
Yeah,
or anything
but
like that.
I also get
all.
Exactly. But I also get like a lot of people that need that social aspect. They're like, I've been home with the kids for like 10 hours. I need some adult time where I need to speak some adult words. So, I mean, it's a very talkative, very social job, which I'm very grateful for, because I would be very bored if everyone, if I had 10 people in a row for 10 hours just wanted to take naps. And that's fine, though, regardless, as long as you tip me appropriately. Just saying.
Yeah.
Specifically, with talking about this job in general, it does suck. And it's very awkward to verbalize in a very cool way. And I remember even talking to Lucas about it, and he didn't really get it up until like last summer, really, when he watched the Smets Kalinowski match. I'm sorry,
He did his whole watch along.
Yeah, he knew. I've been around with Schmo Down since season 3. He didn't get involved until like the end of like early season 6. Okay,
that blows my brain. Seriously.
Yeah. It's been like, and then suddenly it's kind of clicked for him and I, and we're literally like in bed on the phone, like individually. We're all like, and we're in different groups and everything, and we're literally talking about Schmo Down at like 1 a.m. in bed. It's like honestly kind of like our thing now. It's like our bonding thing. Like we don't need to have date night and go out to a steak dinner or go to we sometimes go to movies and stuff. But our version of a date night is literally getting pizza or something and watching Schmo Down match and then maybe watching Action Unfiltered together.
Or allowing you to go on a Valentine's Day for your podcast that you do Action Army.
He knew it. He was like, if anything, I asked him, I was like, you okay with this? And he's like, go for it. I'll watch. I'll participate. It's still Valentine's Day. And I'm like,
it is what it is. No, seriously. It's been really hard. My last boyfriend who I was with for a very long time didn't necessarily he watched the Schmo Down with me. Like I made his entire family watch the Spectacular. No, seriously, we were in Dallas and I made his whole family watch the Spectacular because I had to watch it.
Love
and
it.
everyone watched it, everyone was into it and all of that good stuff. But like being a single person now and trying to like get people involved with the Schmo Down, I am so extremely appreciative of Eric Rodriguez, who made that season 7 promo, because that season 7 promo is legit one of the best ways that I have found to explain what the Schmo Down is and just kind of go through it. That song is so perfect. I don't know where he found that song or anything like that, but like I literally sing you gotta know my name, you're gonna know my name. Like I sing it inside of my head all the fucking time.
When you're like messaging, when you're talking to people on like apps or like Bumble or Tinder or whatever it may be, you should just send in the promo.
That's it. No,
for the season and be like, does this seem cool to you? Yay or nay? And if they say yay, cool. If they don't, sorry.
Link in the profile.
Look,
yes.
Link in the profile. Absolutely. There was
Watch this. You like it, then swipe right.
So there was one guy who liked me on Hinge. If y'all have ever been on Hinge,
I'm on Hinge.
Okay, so on Hinge, there was someone who liked my picture, and then and all of his shit was like, I like movies, I like trivia, and all of this stuff. And I was like, do you know about the movie trivia Schmo Down? And then that's all.
Sounds like
swipe left.
Almost liked it.
The words
like
of
Schmo Down, but whatever. It is what it is. So being single and being involved in the Schmo Down and being as heavily involved in the Schmo Down as we are, especially because we dedicate a lot of our time to this and for our podcast, especially for for us who have been in it for a very long time, and really we really do dedicate a lot of our time to this niche part of the internet. It's a weird thing.
A niche of a niche.
It's a niche of a niche.
That's what it is. My niche of a niche of a niche podcast.
Yeah, like
it's a movie podcast.
What I spend my time doing.
YouTube.
I have an award for it.
I mean, you're big now. You're big time.
This is what I do and all of that. So these are my friends. It's kind of a weird thing to try to explain to people, and I'm really interested to get Nikki DiMolanta and Jillian on here to kind of really get their perspective on it, because they're just as heavily involved in the Schmo Down as Kim is. Like, they're a little bit more than what Kim is doing, just, full forward and all of that stuff. But still, being a girlfriend / wife of someone who's involved, as heavily involved in the Schmo Down, has to be a weird dynamic.
Yeah.
I just want to let y'all know, though, having a Schmo Down spouse as much as I do, as Kim, you do. I don't know if you've, like competitors have these nicknames. Ben the Boss Bateman, Andrew Debonair.
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 I love
I'm getting used to it. Debonair. I feel like I'm gagging a hairball. Regardless, though, has Paul developed any kind of nicknames within Schmo Down? He's a well-known dude. Like Lucas is known for being, he's called Hot Legs.
Hot legs.
Lucas
Yeah.
Hot Legs for Shawshank. He has the best pair of gams in Schmo Down.
Oh.
Gams are legs.
The only thing that Paul has.
I'm sorry. Yes, Lucas.
Maybe I'm glad I'm not married. No one attacking me from behind.
Not only did we have Paul DiNuzzo interrupt our stream with his little ticker going on, now we had Lucas coming in. This is what. God damn it! Damn it, Paul!
And that was what I was going to say. Is that so? He has always come out as Paul, like I'm Paul DiNuzzo, and then he started this PLD thing. And now, to be fair, he has always been PLD. It's L is his middle initial. His best friend for 30 years has always called him PLD. And when he introduced himself as PLD to Ben and Drew, Ben jumped on it. He's like, yeah, PLD. And Drew's like, yeah, that sounds kind of stupid. And I don't really think that Drew believes that he's actually been called PLD.
I'm going to time out on this because, y'all, I might talk to Paul more than any person who I talk to in the call to action on the internet or anything like that. And I have legitimately never really clicked inside of my head the L in PLD.
Middle initial.
What the fuck does the L stand for?
Lewis.
Lewis! Lewis!
It's not like Louis.
Nope, it's Lewis, not Louis.
Whoa.
Lewis.
I thought it was like full-blown Italian.
His grandfather's name off the boat is Lewis,
and he's Italian.
I legitimately have never I just PLD, yeah, sure, cool, yeah, PLD, Paul DiNuzzo. Never put the fucking L inside of that. Oh my god. Wow.
What do you guys have middle names? Did you guys have nicknames growing up?
In high school, I was called Lil Kelsie because there was 2 other Kelsies and they were both extremely taller than me. So I was Lil Kelsie. So
I can easily picture you as trying to be like Baby Spice when you were in.
I loved Baby Spice when I was little.
I can picture you easily trying to do the whole Baby Spice thing with a
pigtails,
the pigtails, the platform shoes.
Platform shoes. I had the platform shoes. Yep, you call it.
I can easily, way too easy, almost.
Do y'all want to hear a fun story about my middle name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can't not tell us now.
Everyone on the internet basically knows me as Dani Joy, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. So Danielle Joyce has been a nickname that I've had since I was in 4th grade. Technically and legally, I do not have a middle name. My name is Danielle Ramirez. That is my name on my birth certificate and all of that stuff. But when I was in the 3rd grade, I wanted a middle name. I didn't have a middle name growing up. I don't have a middle name on my birth certificate. So Joyce is a lie, y'all. Joyce is a straight up lie. I wanted it to be Kimberly because I was extremely obsessed with Power Rangers.
Oh yes.
Yellow is where it's at.
No,
like Asian Power Ranger. I was all over that shit.
So I wanted Kimberly to be my middle name, but my stepdad at the time was like, no, I want to call you Joy because you're a joy to the world. You're a joy to the world, whatever.
Aw, like apple of my eye. I get it.
So Joyce is not technically my middle name. I have been shamming y'all this entire time. I'm sorry. I said it on Ladies Night. Here you go. You're welcome. It's not a real nickname. Or it's not a real middle name. But I have gone by Danielle Joy since I was in 5th grade. Literally since I was in 4th, 5th grade. Danielle Joy has been my name since then. I have almost legally changed it to it, but have not. And it is what it is, y'all. Welcome. This is your
okay, Dani. All I'm hearing is that you've been lying to us this entire time.
Right, y'all.
Little advice about changing your name. It's really easy when you get married. For any other reason, it sucks. Like if you get married, like okay, sign one paper, your name's changed. If you like want to change like the spelling of it, a middle name, or you get divorced and want to get they make it fun.
That was a big thing.
What's your middle name
on the internet? So I hope you all enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Do you have a middle name, Kim?
I do. My middle name is a very, very typical white girl born in the 70s.
Wait, don't tell me. Is it like Donna?
No. Damn.
Anne.
Kimberly Ann.
Anne's a pretty popular name.
Yeah. White girl born in the 70s. My sisters and I all have the 3 most popular middle names of white girls born in the 70s. Marie, Lynn, and Anne.
I'm a Lynn.
Yeah.
Yep. And my mom's a Marie.
Yeah, there you go. But you're not a white girl born in the 70s. I know I'm the oldest among all of you.
Only spiritually.
Only spiritually.
Yeah.
Age is just a number.
I know Lucas is kind of giving up my name, my middle name up in here. Anyone has a guess on my middle name?
Liquor.
Really close. Kim, do you have a guess for my middle name?
Are you Alex or Alexandra?
Yes, Alex. Literally on the birth certificate.
Alex Jane.
I'd be like Alex. I don't know. Marie.
Kelsey. Got any guesses?
I'm just gonna say my daughter's middle name, Elizabeth, because I don't know.
I was born in Okinawa on the military base over there in Japan back in years yonder, and my middle name is Midori.
Midori.
Like the drink?
Yes, it's a liquor.
Yes.
Midori is actually Japanese for green, as in green earth, nature. Okinawa in particular is very, very well known for its huge mountains and parks and these gorgeous, massive trees. It's like almost like it's almost like you remember in San Francisco, there's like these huge like redwood trees, like the size of a house.
Yeah.
It's very similar. And so nature is an incredibly present thing over in Okinawa.
Why do I feel like I know that? Is that anywhere?
What?
Oh, it is.
Right?
Is it your Instagram?
Like you have a story somewhere,
Yeah,
right?
it's, my thing on Instagram is Mac_Midori.
Yep.
Okay.
No,
I know I've seen it somewhere. Okay. Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. But my mom had me when she was like 21, 22, and apparently it didn't connect. The alcohol was like there's a liquor named Midori. They didn't realize that until later on.
Right. So it is liquor.
Now we know.
All right. So now that we're talking about names and all of that stuff, I'm a Gemini. These two sweet ladies are Aquarians. Alex, you're a Sagittarius? Capricorn?
Girl, we're twinsies. I'm a Gemini.
Oh, why do I feel no? That's your moon sign. It's because I got your co-star a long time ago, and I'm thinking about your moon sign. Do you remember that?
We're Gemini babies, yes.
So we are Gemini babies because your birthday's in June.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, early June.
June 8th.
June
I'm
8th.
on June 9th.
Yes, mine is May 25th. Kelsey's birthday was just very recently.
Wednesday.
On February 12th, right?
Yep.
Yep. And Kim's was when?
February 8th.
February 8th. So you got a couple of Aquarians, a couple of Geminis here. We're all air signs. So
Oh.
we're chilling.
We're killing it.
We're friends here.
Supposedly, Aquarians and Geminis get along really well.
They are matchable signs. Yes, we are
Yeah.
in the same group as Libras. It is Geminis, Aquarius, and Libra. We are all in the same group of air signs together.
Well,
So
we are,
Tonight is Libra, so hey.
well, while we are also all talking about, labeling as like our different symbols and everything, I want to ask, one of the biggest questions I could ever ask a person. What's your Hogwarts house?
Oh, so
Slytherin.
easy.
Slytherin. I'm a
Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaw.
Are
Slytherin.
we all Slytherin?
No, she's a Ravenclaw. Kim's a Ravenclaw.
No, I'm sorry. I meant like the three of us.
Yeah.
Well, technically, I'm a Slitherclaw.
I'm surprised we get along so well then.
Yeah.
In that case. Usually, apparently J.K. Rowling says that Hufflepuff and Slytherin get along crazy well.
Yeah.
It's statistically
And Ravenclaw and Gryffindor.
I need to know Kim's understanding of like how she's a Slitherclaw. What is that?
So I say that I'm a Slitherclaw because whenever I've done like the house tests or whatever,
Mhm.
I come out as Ravenclaw at like 42% and Slytherin at like 40%.
Interesting.
Girl, I tell you.
So I definitely am very ambitious, like a Slytherin. And I'm driven like a Slytherin, but I can't even say that word right now. I'm drinking way too much wine. Slytherin.
Slytherin.
Slytherin. But I am curious and intellectual, like a Ravenclaw. So I'm more Ravenclaw than Slytherin, but definitely Slitherclaw.
Nice. Okay, so if you don't know where you can find this at, you can find this on Pottermore.com. Did you all go to Pottermore to find out all of the rest of your stuff? Do you know your Patronus?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I haven't done that one.
What dolphin?
Yours is a dolphin, so
Mhm.
yours is a distinct Patronus, correct?
Yes.
Yes, mine is also a distinct one. Mine is an elephant.
Oh, I love that.
That's a cool one.
My Patronus is an elephant, and I can't remember what my wand is supposed to be.
Oh, I don't remember that either.
No, but I just remember my house and my Patronus is an elephant. So
I love that.
it makes sense because I always forget because I'm high all the time. So it happens.
Yep,
It's fine.
I bought a wand. I can't remember. It's either oak or willow. I think it's oak is my wand. So
I
bought
know
one.
the feather in my wand is a phoenix feather. Alex, do you know your Patronus?
I do.
What is it?
A bear.
Ooh. If that doesn't make sense, y'all. Woo!
I'm apparently incredibly protective. I'm incredibly sleepy. No surprise. I like to hide out in caves for long periods of time. No surprise. But I'm a very protective, loyal, and I am covered in hair all the time.
Action
Sometimes my
cat.
own, sometimes my cats. So, position. Buddy, come here.
Kim, is that Indiana?
It is Indiana.
Please say Indiana's full name.
Indiana Jones Marty McFly.
What a great name for a cat. There's a Netflix show documentary called I can't remember what it is. But it's basically about internet cats. So,
it's called Cats the Movie.
Cats the Movie.
I just watched it the other day.
I watched it last night. Oh. Cats.
Hi, girl.
My cat's probably destroying everything in my closet in my room right now.
How is the little Kylo Ren, by the way?
He's very destructive. He's definitely a Sith because he has ripped my shower curtain. He's knocked over a lamp. He destroyed a dress. It's a lot of fun. So any advice?
Way more like an asshole way.
Yeah, he's a little bit of an asshole. I love him, but
Right.
My cat, her name is Tigger, and she is the biggest asshole ever. She's the worst. She hates being cuddled. She hates being picked up. She's not affectionate at all. She hates my dog. Y'all, like, my dog and my cat fight like cats and dogs. So it's very sad for me. It's the worst part of my life, honestly. Like, fuck being single. My cat and my dog not getting along is the worst part of my life.
Girl,
the reason I have to pick this fucking cat up is because he keeps clawing my leg.
right? That's what my cats keep doing. They keep, like, I'm wearing yoga pants. I wear yoga pants to work. And so whenever, like, if I record right after her, I don't switch out of my pants. And so if you tear a hole in yoga pants, you're effed.
Yes.
That's not something you can cover up, you know? Not like jeans or something. Yoga pants are just fucked.
Well, Indy, the cat I just picked up, he's part Maine Coon. He's like 20 pounds.
Baby.
And he just wants to claw up my leg. And I'm like, get the fuck away from me.
You know what you should call him?
In
Chonk.
the ass. What should I call him?
Chonk.
Yes. Mr. Chonk.
Chonk. Alex, I'm gonna send you Chonkers, the Reddit page of Chonkers. It's
I don't know what that is. What does that mean?
It's nothing but fat cats.
Yes.
My cat is a fat. She's fucking ginormous. She's a fat
I
cat.
need to send you a picture of the cat my dad adopted from my brother. My brother moved dorms when he was in college, and he wasn't allowed to bring his pet cat. So my dad took him. That cat is so fucking huge now. It's like 35 pounds.
Oh,
So from Cats the Movie, I found an Instagram called Hercules the Fat
I
Cat.
love Hercules.
So fat.
So fat. And watching the Cats the movie and listening to Hercules' owner talk about how he's very, like, on the fence about whether or not to let this cat lose weight or not. Bitch, let your cat lose weight. But, like, let that journey be showed. Like, you're saying that your cat is basically going to lose clout because they're going to...
He's like, that's my branding. What? No.
It was so tough. It was so tough
Yeah.
to hear. It really was. It was like, let your cat lose weight. Don't do that. Whatever. Go watch Cats the movie.
Yeah, Cats the
Yeah,
Movie.
well,
You
what
have
was
to
that-
watch
the-
it.
Oh, are you sure it wasn't supposed to be the Meowvie?
No, it's Movie. MEWVIE.
Meowvie.
Meow.
No, there's no O.
There's no O.
There's no O.
Guys,
their branding department, the marketing, and tell them they're wrong, and they'll fix it.
We have been doing this for almost an hour now. So, chat, we're calling out to you. If there's anything that you would like us to talk about, because we've kind of talked about being single in the Schmo Down, being married in the Schmo Down, the Schmo Down ish, and drinks. So if there's anything that you want us to talk about, please let us know, please. Because
While we wait for you, I'm going to bring up something that we have talked about on the stream before that needs to be invented. Somebody who's good with tech, do this. A Schmodown dating app for people who like Schmodown to meet other single people who like Schmodown so that we can date each other, because I'm having a hard time finding somebody who's even willing to tolerate my Schmo Down interest.
I mean, that kind of goes back to what we were talking about, about people just not understanding what the fuck you're actually talking about.
When Lucas and I decided to have like kids, you know, like when we're like I said, when we're having like
Wait, can I stop you right there?
Don't
do it. I have 3 of them. Don't do it.
No. When we decide to have kids in like 30 years, whenever it may be,
to adopt children
or not, whatever it may be.
Don't even do that.
I already told and we were like, this is like one of those like 1 a.m. conversations we have about Schmo Down, which is like every other night. One of them, I was like, you know what, babe, I kind of want to Schmo Down the nursery. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get a belt. I'm gonna hang it above their crib. They're gonna start training at like 6 months.
Yeah.
They're gonna start recognizing like they're gonna have like movie posters. They're gonna have like live event posters on the wall. They're gonna have nothing but like movie referencing books, like 100 movies you need to see before you die kind of shit. Only 4 more children, I guess.
Christian's gonna be their godfather.
I'm gonna have them ace like Scorsese movies by the time they're 8 years old.
Be the first Ford belt holder. I'm like, yeah.
All right.
We're gonna be like the family. We're gonna be like the Schmo Down family.
Yeah.
First Schmo Down family. Multi-generational.
So I think I might be the only person inside of this chat who is like hell-bent on not having kids. Like,
oh, I'm hell-bent on not having kids too.
But sorry, you got him. And sorry for you because you got him too.
Yeah. Cool,
but me, nah, I'm good.
That's awesome. I don't know why. I didn't want kids until maybe a year or 2 ago.
Because you got married and you found someone who you could possibly want to do this with.
It wasn't so much that. It was just like one of those situations where I was like, where I remember having my period. And then I was like, wait, my period's late by a day. But then I was like, wait, what if I did get pregnant? Oh, that doesn't seem like a big deal with Lucas, considering, that doesn't seem so bad. Okay. If there ever was a person, he's a pretty cool fellow. Okay.
Well, he's pretty cool. All right.
Yeah,
It's sort of talking about periods.
Amazing legs, so
yeah.
Yeah, vaginal walls are shedding, dropping an egg.
Welcome to Ladies Podcast. Yeah.
The period cup.
Ooh. Diva cups. We can talk about diva cups all day long because that is the shit.
I mean, I love me a diva cup.
All right, let's move on from this conversation. Just
so our male viewers.
Yeah. Because we're male-dominated youth podcast, it's totally fine. Yeah. So I have. Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I'm so pissed I missed you.
I know.
If you had gone, I literally would have skipped work.
No, like, okay.
I literally would.
Our fault for not telling any of us
Mhm.
that she was going to New York. She just sprung it up on people. Like, if we would have known Sari was going, we might have put a little bit more effort into being in New York.
Yep. Paul didn't inform me that Sari was going or Kim. And so I'm like, I even told him, like, what the hell, dude? Like, so now I'm never missing a New York event ever again. Ever again. Just can't miss it.
No, Kelsey and I made this promise with each other that we would never miss a New York event. And another New York event has not been scheduled since then. Maybe I'll be able to make it, but because of all of my work shit, I don't know if I can. So we'll see. But whatever. Brandy is also in the chat. Brandy, you know we love you here at Call to Action. So this is for you, babe.
Oh, speaking of which, okay. Okay. We're getting some men asking what a diva cup is.
Oh, okay. So Diva Cup is something that you put inside.
It looks like a cup with a little nub on the bottom.
A little nub. A little
I'm
nub.
not gonna get a nub at the bottom. Anyway, it just kind of captures a lot of the blood that you would usually go into a tampon or fall into like a pad or something, and pretty much captures it, holds it in there, like right up there, and eventually you just like pull your hands up there and you pull that sucker out like a
Pops out. It's literally
like
pops
a
right
cat.
out.
You pull it out, dump all the blood, which is like a pound at that point sometimes, depending on the size. You dump it in the toilet. We're gonna get like really attractive right
so
now.
much better though. This is way better than Google. You're finding the dirty details.
Shove it back in.
William Harold, someone who I've never seen inside of the chat before. Thank you for coming in and hanging out. Nice.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yes, Brandy, I'm planning on going to Boston. I want to go to Boston really bad.
I'm trying to go to Boston.
I'll be there.
Like Luke's and I can go.
I have family
wanted
there,
to be
so I really want to
because it was the May event, and May is my birthday. May is my birthday month, so I wanted to be there and all of that good stuff. I don't know if I can do it. We'll see. Later in the year, if there's anything in November or December, I can probably go to because that's usually when my classes kind of slow down.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard. It's sad.
Lucas and I are trying to compensate by going to as many shows as we physically can.
Yeah.
Before we move.
Big bummer. It's a big bummer that all of y'all can go and I can't.
Yeah, we'll just be talking about you the entire time. Man, what if Danie was here? How would
It would be so great if Danie were here.
Oh, it's so great. We're gonna spend the next like 12 hours talking about how much we.
David.
It's true.
So really quickly, I hopped on David B's Twitch stream. So if y'all don't know who David B is, David B does a lot of the music for the Schmo Down, all of that good stuff. He is, if you watch Chill to Action, that music that plays right before Chill to Action starts, that is a David B original. David B has done a lot of stuff with Schmo Down, and I love David so much. And David, I will be in touch with you very soon. I'm sorry that I've had a couple of White Claws tonight that I cannot talk to you.
I call dibs, Danie, because he's gonna come on Schmo Bates. Just saying.
That don't do that right now, Alex. There's no dibs right now.
He's not gonna come on for a while. I don't know. I would say I have some people, pretty bomb ass people coming up here next Wednesday.
Okay, so really quickly, just because we said a little bit about Chill to Action, my favorite co-host, Mr. Paul DiNuzzo, is on that show and all of that good stuff. Kim, I know that Paul and I do a lot of stuff for Chill. Like, I know that my whole week is kind of set up for Chill. Like, that is where my time is and all of that stuff. So, like, how do you deal with being a Schmo Down wife and having to deal with someone who has to spend their time doing all of this weird stuff?
Well, thankfully, he does the stuff like before and after the kids go to bed. So I honestly don't give a fuck.
Well, does he have like an office in the house where he's able to kind of separate everything? Or
our house is very open concept, so we don't have like an office per se. We have a room that's kind of off the family room where he's got a whole desk set up, but our son also has his desk set up like facing Paul. So if our kid is on his computer, then Paul's like, hey, you need to be quiet. And so that's why I think that Chill is at like 10. What time do you guys do Chill?
10 Central, which is usually 11 Eastern.
Yeah.
And where y'all
So
are.
it's like well after the kid's already in bed, and he does his show with Jarvie when the kids are already like at school. And so it works out really, really well. But I mean, he's done a really great job at kind of making it work with our life. So he still can do the dad thing and help me get the kids to bed, and he can still do the husband thing. And then I go to bed, and then he does his Action Army stuff, and it's really awesome.
I gotta know, what's his husband thing?
His husband thing is usually making me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Oh.
And honestly, like tucking me into bed.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm a total brat, and I'm like, I need you to tuck me into bed.
Not
Aquarius. That's very real.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
Pretty awesome.
Nerd Chronic is in the chat. Eric, thank you for hanging out with us. That was the first time that I've seen you. I just saw you kind of scroll by really quickly. So, Eric, thank you for being in there. We really appreciate all of your stuff. Genuinely appreciate your season 7 promo, because it's been the best thing for me as a single lady, for me and Kelsey as single ladies, to give to our dates.
Yeah, my last
Happy
day.
Valentines.
My last day was not a good love match at all. Like, so we're in a cosplay group together, right? And he messaged me in DMs. He's like, "Hey, we have a ton in common. Maybe we should go on a date sometime." I'm like, "Yes." 5 minutes into the date, he reveals he hates movies and hasn't seen one in theaters in over 10 years. And then he asks, "What do you like to do?" I'm like, "I watch competitive movie trivia." So it was a little bit of a flop there, but other people have shown to have really enjoyed it. My boss thought it was really cool.
I think there's something to be said about the impact of a live event. Obviously,
That's so different.
Okay, Lucas, for example, specifically, it's like he turned around where he was like, okay, the Kalinowski Spence match in particular, he was like, okay, I get it now, and he was like, okay, I'll go to a live event with you, whatever, but I don't need to go. At the live event, he was like, holy fuck, this is the best. And when we went to Spectacular out in LA, he was literally like, ah! Like walking out. Like, I don't know if you're able to, if you're able to kind of like freeze the shot, he's literally at points where he's like, he looks like he's about to rip his shirt. He's like screaming. I'm like sitting next to him being like, calm the fuck down. Like, sweet baby Jesus. And he's like, he's getting up. He looks like he's on drugs because he's like, ah! And it's like when like it's at that point where like R&B is like yelling at the Action Army for being the Inaction Army or like shit like that, and Lucas is like screaming at that point louder than me. And it was just like something is the live events, it just does things to people, something about the energy of the room, being with the other fans. And it's just like, I guess, going to any like live sports event, like going to a basketball game or hockey game or something. Like, I don't care about hockey, but if I go to a hockey game, like, I fucking love hockey games. But I don't actually care about hockey, but something about the actual hockey game, the energy in the room is electric. So it's a very different vibe, and that really kind of puts things in perspective when you do watch these matches than when you're like back home on the couch.
Yeah, totally. I mean, just going to a live event is, even as somebody who doesn't like do the Schmo Down too much, like going to live events are crazy. Actually, this last one when we were in New York, Drew was really like psyching himself out. And the night before the match, I was like holding him. I was like, you got this. Like, he's like, I'm just so like in my head. I'm like, you don't get into your head. I'm like, no emotion. You got this. And then when we got to the match and he was up there and I screamed out, I was like, no emotion, Drew. And fucking Mark Ellis was like, everybody, please make sure you don't talk during the questions. And I was like, fuck.
Don't look.
It's fine.
Sorry.
Yeah. All right. So I just want to point something out really quickly. I'm sorry. So Shuggy in the chat has said that he was behind us at Spectacular. Shug, honestly, my dude, I don't remember meeting you. If I did, I apologize. But
I do.
why didn't you come up to any of us? So my social anxiety is that I cannot go up to people and just start conversations. It is what it is, y'all. But the next time I'm ever at a live event, if anyone sees me, please come up to me, tell me hi, because I will absolutely talk to you the whole time. But Shug, why didn't you say anything?
I met Shug.
Everyone else met Shug. Did I? And I just don't remember right now. Thrawn.
A lot of alcohol.
Maybe that was like intentional. Maybe everyone around him was like, let's make sure he doesn't meet Shug. That way we can really make her feel more isolated.
That's how it
That was like the memo everyone got. And I'm glad we followed through excellently.
That's how I feel. Like, I remember meeting Thrawn. Thrawn, thank you so much for smoking some weed with me. I really appreciate it. But Shug, the fuck, my dude? The fuck? Also, while I'm setting out anyone else who I can legit remember in the SEN chat, Anthony Nugent is now officially an Action Army General. So shout out to Anthony. Probably not watching right now because it's not in the chat, but yes.
Maybe later. Wow. Thank you for joining the Generals. We're a cool group.
I'm sorry I said that she didn't meet Chug, so there we go.
Am I a general?
Paul is.
I know Paul is.
Well, Lucas and I are, like, technically it's part of Lucas, but technically, like, I was already, like, I can't remember the ranking specifically, but I already was, like, part of the Action Army Patreon before Lucas was ever involved. And then Lucas was like, I'm all in, general, kind of thing. And then I was like, I know we're not general, but we were generals initially. And then we decided to amp it up. Okay. I understand. It was like 5-star generals, or I don't remember the exact title, whatever, tomato. But regardless, Lucas and I are technically the first Action Army household.
Oh.
So I'm sure if you ask, you could.
Yeah, I see Paul in the chat saying household generals are a president, so yes.
Okay, sweet.
Yes.
Kim, you're like a fuck.
Kim, what am
I? General Kim. I like
not what I was asking for, guys.
As a general, we salute you. David, I do remember meeting you. Don't. Whatever.
David's a pretty cool dude. I thoroughly enjoy David.
I like to
meet a lot of these people.
Yeah, I could say a lot of alcohol is consumed when we're at any of these events. So if we don't remember you, that's probably why.
Something is on the nose with that one. I am particularly very drunk at most of these live events.
Yeah, there was a part of the draft. I was pretty good because there was no food and 2-drink minimum. And then I got a 3rd drink. And there's parts of the draft I only remember because I watched it later.
Alex, what?
Sorry.
What?
I agree with you. I agree with you. The drinking definitely plays a factor.
Jeremiah, sorry, I remember you.
I just gargled wine. And I really felt it in my nose and my eyes.
Oh, no.
I never thought I'd see the day where I'm gargling wine. Like, it just got all up in there. And I, like, kind of sneezed a little bit. More wine?
Shuggy! I don't remember any of that. I'm reading what you're putting in the chat, and I legit don't remember any of that. I feel very bad about it. So please, next time we see each other at a live event, and that happens this year, please. That's what I'm talking about specifically. I don't remember.
You keep just hanging out isolated by yourself, and I don't understand, dude. You could have, like, I offered it for you to come hang with us. I was like, bruh, at this point, you've been, like, chatting with us and hanging out with us, and a lot of our opinions align. But he was like, bruh, no, I'm going to hang out on the corner and do my own thing. What else? And we were like, bruh, that's fucking lame.
Bruh, bruh, bruh.
That is the exact quote.
Energy. Exactly like that.
Man, okay, so we've been on here for an hour and 19 minutes, y'all. Is there anything else that you all specifically in the chat would like us to talk about? Because if not, it's Valentine's Day.
Yep.
So maybe. I mean, we can make this go for a 5-hour stream. I don't know if y'all have seen the last ladies' night that we did, which was on New Year's.
New Year's Eve, we had the amazing Rachel Silvestrini on, and it lasted 5.5 hours. And it was all high quality entertainment, guys. I mean, if you have 5.5 hours to kill listening to people just talk about anything under the sun.
Did we go on for 5 hours? If you guys are it'd be fucking dope. I have to be up at like 6 a.m., but you guys should definitely go on.
But it's 11:30 our time, Alex, so it's totally fine. But shout out to Anthony Nugent.
12:30 my time.
Brand new Action General. Genuinely appreciate you, Anthony. Anthony, you have done so much.
Oh, yeah, look at that sexy bottle.
Oh, yes. Look at that bottle.
Oh,
girl.
no.
All the way upside down. All the way upside down, girl. Yes.
That bottle.
You have another one? Oh,
Nope. It's fine.
Sad.
And I just want to confirm to Jeremy Miller right here. Yeah, we don't believe us when you say you're drunk. I'm just going to touch my nose. So there you go. I'll walk in a straight line for you. I'm not going to get in my car because that's really fucking stupid. But I'm fine. And there. We'll see.
Love y'all. Like I was saying, Anthony Nugent is a brand new Action General inside of the Action Army. We salute you. If anyone here doesn't know, the Call to Action podcast did start because we are an Action Army focused podcast. When we first started this whole thing, I love Alex, I love Kelsey, I love Kim, all of that stuff. Since I have been here since day one. So day one, our whole thing was being Action Army affiliated. We have continued to be Action Army affiliated, and we will always love Andrew Guy and Ben Bateman, all of that stuff, and Kim DiNuzzo. Like, what is your experience with Andrew Guy and Ben Bateman?
Do I really have to go here?
I did it.
So, okay. So the first time, wait, are they on the chat? Because I don't know if I want them to hear this.
They might be, but they're not active in the chat.
The first time that I met them, I thought that Ben was such a pretty boy.
He is a pretty boy, yeah.
He is a pretty boy, but like kind of like a pretty boy who knows he's a pretty boy.
Yes.
And acts like he knows he's a pretty boy. Whereas Drew is super totally down to earth. Like Paul and I, well, I know you say it's funny, but yes. Paul and I went to like dinner with him and Ash, and they're just like super down to earth. But then this last time when we were in New York, like meeting Ben and Drew, it was totally different. Like Ben was really down to earth and was like, just wanted to talk to everybody and like talk to me. And I was like, hey, you're not a pretty boy this time. I mean, he's always a pretty boy.
Always. They both are.
Always. Yes, they are.
Very pretty men.
But Drew, like, needed a mom. He needed a mom. And so I was like his mom.
Explain. What does that mean?
So he was like so in his head. Like I said earlier, he was so in his head about his match. And I was like grabbing him by the shirt and I was like, you're fine. You've got this. And he just like his mom wasn't there. So he needed a mom. And that was me. I'm the Action Army mom.
That's very true.
It is very true.
Can we get you a shirt that says like Schmo Mom or something?
Schmo Mom.
Schmo Down Mom. Like,
I love it.
You know, it's like you know what I'm talking about. When it comes to like Schmo Down like stuff, or whether it be fan league or whatever it may be, like sometimes you just need someone there to be like calm the
Schmom.
Down.
That's
At
me.
the end of the day, this doesn't matter. You're not getting paid for this. No one fucking cares. You know,
Well, we all fucking care.
Like, we care, but at the same time, the world's not going to end. You're going to live through this. Everything's going to be fine. Let's just do the best we can. Sometimes it's just good to have someone there, you know.
Yep.
Shmoma.
Shmom.
Shmom.
I'm the shmom.
Schmo.
Lucas, get that on a shirt right now. Write me out.
Shmom.
Yeah. Okay, so on the last SCN live, Christian Harloff talked about a new shirt that was like, okay, so y'all know how like the countdown is 5, 4, 3, whatever.
Yep.
To put that on a shirt, I would love that shirt. Like to have like, I would like it to be in the I don't know the name of this format, but I would like it to be 5 ... 4 ... 3 ... 2 ... Repeat the question.
Yes, that would be great. I love that.
Dude, that would be a really great shirt. Yeah.
Speaking of shirts, Christian, if you happen to watch this, maybe not, where are the faction t-shirts? I would wear a Finstock Exchange one to Atlanta if they were on TeePublic.
Yes.
I want to wear the Schmo Down shirts as like athletic shirts. I want them as like tank tops. Essentially.
You can get them.
No, I mean the ones that I saw, they do have tank tops, but they're like kind of tight. Like I'm not gonna wear that when I work out. I need something a little bit looser. I want something breathable. I don't want something that's gonna be stretchy and form fitting. I don't want that shit. I want something that I can run in, lift weights in, and not feel self-conscious about my body.
You need Schmo Down athletic wear.
Yes.
No,
I would so wear Schmo Down athletic wear.
Let me show you what I did to one of my other shirts.
Oh, here we go. I have not done anything to my shirts, but what I do know while Alex is away, I wear my Smasher hoodie all the fucking time. So Kevin Smets, my Smasher hoodie is on all the fucking time.
Beyonce shirt, literally. My Beyonce shirt. I just tore it up here at the bottom. I wore it earlier today to Orange Theory. Just tore it up here at the bottom, where it's breathable, essentially.
No, I cut sleeves on my t-shirts all the time, but I haven't done that to any of my Schmo Down shirts.
Yeah.
I know, it's like Schmo Down shirts are almost like precious, where you don't want to touch them. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I just come on one where I can like really wreck and like sweat in it.
So I have a corruption shirt, right? And it's my normal t-shirt. I want to buy it in like a bigger size and then like cut the neck and like off the shoulder kind of a thing and cut it shorter. I need to do that still because I think it's cute. But like, because I'm the same way. I'm so protective of my Schmo Down shirts. I'm not going to cut them.
Y'all, the other day I went to go eat breakfast and I had my Smasher hoodie on, but underneath my Smasher hoodie, I had my Smasher shirt, the exact same design underneath it. So I was like eating breakfast and I took off my hoodie because it was hot inside and I realized that I had my Smasher shirt on right underneath it. So I was like, what is this weird thing? Like having this design right here and then taking it off and having the exact same design on my shirt. It was like, oh, this is kind of embarrassing.
So Paul and I went to the movies one day and he was wearing his Smasher shirt and the guy behind the counter at the movie theater was like, is that Schmo Down? I know Kevin Smets. I know. It was awesome. I was like, oh my God, Paul, look, somebody else nerds out like you do too.
Oh, that's so great.
Oh,
I have yet to meet a person in Utah, in person or online, that like Schmo Down. Like even in the groups. Utah seems to be a dead zone of Schmo Down, and that needs to change because I need friends here that can geek out with me.
Yeah. Same here in Missouri and St. Louis in general.
I went to the movie Trivia Schmo Down page, looked up people who were in my city, Corpus Christi, Texas, who were into the Schmo Down. There were 3 people, and I made friends with all of them just because I wanted to kind of promote call to action. just a little bit. But no, that's the amount of people. But even that, like having 3 people who were a part of the Schmo Down in my city, my teeny tiny city in Texas, was insane to me, because there's no one in the city who is into stuff like that, I think. So it was pretty cool, and it was really weird. So I am very excited for season 7 of the Schmo Down, because I do believe that the Schmo Down will expand and will grow and will be a bigger part. And I think that it's all of our call to action to do that for the Schmo Down and to be that for the Schmo Down. So I think just being okay with promoting. I know a lot of what we talked about being single ladies and stuff like that. I am a big shill for C2A and for the Schmo Down. Thank you, Lucas.
Yeah,
but I mean, I think that it is up to us to promote this specific show that we love and that we watch and that we're a part of and that we genuinely like are that like we're into to do that. So like my mom watches it. My mom, whenever I told her that I was nominated, my mom went with me to California for the awards and stuff like that. She told a bunch of people about it. So there are a bunch of old ladies, old Mexican ladies who kind of watch the show.
So
they watch C2A, but I would love for them to get more involved inside of the Schmo Down. But I think it's up to us to kind of promote it and do it in a way that, like, maybe we're not comfortable about it. Maybe it's a weird thing for us to promote, but we should, because this is our lives and it's a fun sort of thing. And like, put it on your Facebook, join the Patreon, do all of that stuff. Like there's no harm, no foul in doing any of it. You know what I mean, y'all?
Yeah, that's the thing about Utah. Utah, we have one of the biggest Comic-Cons now. Like it's just growing. Like we have this big nerd fandom experience thing happening in Utah. Schmo Down should be a thing here. It should be popular. If they were to do a live event here, 3 of us would come, because there's nobody here I think knows about it. But like I almost feel like I said, Comic-Con, come here, have a booth with the wheel and explain what Schmo Down is. You will get viewers here because it's our kind of thing here. It's just they haven't found it yet. And I am trying very hard to be a pillar in Utah to push the fandom on people, but I am one person in a state. But because Schmo Down's fun and it is exciting and it needs to become a bigger thing. I'm hoping the Skybound partnership makes it be a bigger thing, because it deserves to be a bigger thing than it is. It deserves to be up there with any other game show. You know what I mean?
I'm hoping when Lucas and I do this whole move situation, like I was talking to him the other day, I was like, I'm hoping we make like Schmo Down Ireland a thing.
So Alex, you've never talked about that on a live stream, really, have you?
I don't know. Have I not?
I know that I feel like maybe you did. Maybe you talked to us about it. But Alex and Lucas are trying to move out of the country. She's trying not to hang out.
Yeah. Lucas and I have been talking about last summer in particular, I studied abroad a few times when I was in college. I went to China and Italy, and I had an amazing time. I loved it. It was so much fun for 1,000,001 different reasons. So living abroad is something that I always wanted to do. Lucas, it was a very much more of a recent thing, because we actually did, when we got married last summer, we went on our honeymoon to the UK and Ireland. And Lucas hasn't really been abroad since he took like a trip, like a summer trip when he was in high school. You know, like a lot of high schools do, kind of thing, like 16 days in like Germany and Austria, kind of thing. You know, but it was like the first time as an adult he's been abroad, and it was kind of when we were down there. We went to Ireland in particular. We were there for like a week and a half or something. We were like, holy fuck. This place is like the shit. We loved loved it. Everyone was so amazing and warm and genuine, and the food was delicious. Not nearly as expensive across the board as we thought. But then we went to Edinburgh over in Scotland. Then we went to London and Nottingham and everything. We went to the Warhammer, the place of the world, something. Warhammer corporate headquarters of the world kind of thing. And anyway, regardless, but we discovered that we loved Ireland in particular. And so ever since, we've been pretty casual about seeing if it's something we can do. So we're trying to take the necessary steps and to potentially move there to Cork, maybe Dublin or something. So fingers crossed. But I will not let this affect my dedication and love towards Call to Action.
All you're doing is giving me an excuse to go to Ireland, so it's gonna work out fine because I'm
100% right there.
I'm an Irish boy.
Oh, okay. Quick question: have any of you ladies seen Dairy Girls?
Girl.
I've heard of it. I have not watched it yet. It's on my list of things I need to watch.
Kim.
Nope.
Alex. Ooh, chug that wine.
I love that show.
I fucking love Dairy Girls.
It's so good.
It's so good. Kim, Kelsey, please watch Dairy Girls. It's on Netflix. 2 seasons.
And it's like 6 episodes apiece. It's great.
All right. Super easy. Very, I fucking love Dairy Girls. Please watch it. So Kelsey and I can go visit Alex in Ireland and be Dairy Girls. I can't do the accent. I'm sorry.
Although it takes place in Dairy Girls, it takes place in Derry in Northern Ireland, where
in the 90s.
In the 90s, where there's like pretty much there's like
it's the Troubles.
It's like Civil War is constantly on the verge of breaking out between Northern Ireland and between different groups, political groups within Ireland in particular.
Right.
In Northern Ireland, it belongs, technically speaking, to Britain. And that's true. Derry's a horrible place. It's a war-torn, horrible place that we do not go. But Northern Ireland in particular, it's where it starts with B. It's not just Derry, but there's a few other like major cities out there in Northern Ireland. But it's not as industrial as like say Cork or Dublin or anywhere else is really. It's just not one of the great cities. It's just not a good place to be in. It's not very industrial overall as a result from a lot of civil war that's taken place. I mean, there's like car bombings and it's awful shootings and everywhere. And so it's not really great place to be. So we're not going to go there in particular. We're trying to go somewhere a wee far south. So fingers crossed.
A wee far south, like
wee far south,
like a fucking Englishman.
Belfast. Thank you, Belfast. I was thinking about.
Cool.
Son of a bitch. Sorry. What are you doing? What? Lucas.
Sorry. What part of the U.S. are you trying to move to? East Coast, West Coast, South?
Don't move to Utah.
Don't move to the north.
No,
New York is good.
Utah just as close to you, Kelsey.
Yeah, but I'm
Shuggy. It looks like Shuggy is leaving the chat. So Shuggy, love you, dude. Love you, dude. Get out of here.
Kelsey, have you lived abroad or been abroad or anything?
I have not lived abroad. I have traveled. I spent a few weeks in Mexico when I was in elementary school, Canada when they were working on a dinosaur documentary that my dad was a part of, so I stayed up there with him for a bit while they worked on it.
Pretty dope.
In China. I went to China.
Your dad is so cute, by the way. Your dad is so cute, by the way. I saw that video of him, like, talking about the game Velociraptors or something.
Raptors, yep. Yeah. So, yeah, I've traveled a lot because of dinosaurs, but
okay, quick question. Pass their passport. Kim, do you have a passport?
Yes.
I am going to get one because Schmo Down will go international at some point. I need to be prepared.
Inevitably.
So I have actually looked into what I need to do to get one. Yep. Let's get one. Dani, we can do it. They'll last for like 10 years. You're good.
So I've been to Mexico when you didn't have to have a passport to go to Mexico.
That's how it was when I was too.
So
I've been to Canada when you didn't have to have a passport to go to Canada, but now you do.
Welcome to the United States.
I want to go to Canada so bad. Never been to Canada. I want to go.
I want to go to Mexico. I really want to go back to Mexico so bad, but
we're in Mexico.
Okay, so I used to live in El Paso for a little while, and Juarez was very nice. There's going to be a lot of people who kind of go against me about Juarez, and Juarez is the only place in Mexico that I've been to, but I really enjoyed my time in Juarez. It was very early 2000s, so it was really when like a lot of bad stuff wasn't prevalent in Juarez. Like I understand Mexico is what it is, but I've never been to any tourist.
Acapulco is beautiful. It is.
What if we did that? What if we do one of those like all-inclusive like resorts, like ladies thing? We can make it a ladies' weekend.
Then that's fine. All-inclusive resorts in Mexico are totally fine. Don't go outside of where you are. I'm sorry. I love my country. I love my history and my family, all that good stuff. But don't go outside of where you're supposed to be in Mexico. Please, for your safety.
I want to go to Reykjavik.
Where?
Reykjavik, Iceland.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying something in Mexico.
Yeah. I want to travel more. I mean, I have been traveling more because of Schmo Down nationally. Like, I hadn't traveled almost the entire time I was married. And then last year, I traveled more than I have my whole life. But I would love to travel internationally. So, but I have no one to travel with. So, seriously, girls' trip, I would be down for because I have no one else to go with. So.
I'll go to Reykjavik so bad. What about you, Kim?
I've been to Greece. I've been to Mykonos.
Oh, nice.
And I think this summer I'm going to Mexico with my sister.
Nice.
Yes. So where do I really want to go? I think I really want to go to Australia.
Yes.
I want to go visit Sorry.
Oh, gosh. That'd be dope.
Yeah, I'd like to go to Australia, too. It's on my list. Yep. I have a cousin that used to live there, and he's like, I wouldn't recommend living here, but it's like the best place to travel.
Yeah. I think that's like it's always been on my list.
I'm not gonna lie. And the creatures terrify me. Isn't Australia like the place where spiders are known to attack people?
Well, they have tarantula expert here. So they have some of the most venomous tarantulas in the world. Not the most. The most is from like Sri Lanka and Thailand and things like that. But they're pretty potent. And also it is illegal to import any other tarantula into Australia because it affects their ecosystem. So they only have ones native to Australia in Australia, if that makes sense.
That's great. Yeah. All I'm hearing is
you're welcome.
Tarantulas are everywhere. So fuck that place.
I have one Australian tarantula.
And everyone that lives there.
Quick question. Anthony Nugent in the chat right now. Is y'all a word that y'all use in Australia, or did you just kind of pick that up from here? I need to know that. I genuinely need to know that. Seriously, please. So please tell me if y'all is a word that you use in Australia. I would like to.
I can't imagine they do.
It's funny. I don't use y'all that much until I start talking to you on a daily basis, Dani. I use y'all all the time now. And people are like, why does like my boss literally said that to me in a meeting the other day. She's like, you say y'all a lot now. I'm like, Dani, she's welcome. Me a little bit.
You're welcome.
I mean, I say all y'all. And that's totally like a double entendre right there.
It's just a little different.
All y'all.
All y'all.
Everybody. Everybody in this chat room getting tipsy. Everybody in the chat room getting tipsy.
Okay, look, like I understand that y'all might be a Southern thing, but like bless your heart is also a Southern thing that I don't use. Like
I don't say that.
I don't say bless your heart. I never say bless your heart.
I
That's
don't know
not
anyone
part
that's-
of anything, but like y'all is definitely something that like that's a part of my vocabulary. It's what I use. It's how I say anything. Like I don't even think about it whenever I say it. So
You know what is definitely part of your vocab though?
tell me,
Dudes.
dudes,
What?
my dudes.
Dudes.
Oh, my dudes.
Okay.
It's like a meme now. You know, like the toad.
Oh my God. Can
My
I
dude.
tell you guys a really funny story about one time when Paul called me dude?
Oh, please, for the love of God, yes.
So it was Halloween
Mhm.
Oh, God,
and we were young and we were little punks.
yes.
And there was this girl that I was not really big fans of. So we went and we like shave and creamed her car on Halloween.
Classic.
And she worked in a bar and she came out of the bar and saw us shave and creaming her car.
Oh, no.
So we jumped in Paul's car and drove to his house.
Okay.
And I got out of the car and he kept driving. And I was like, Paul, what are you doing? Why are you driving still? And he's like, dude, they're going to fuck up my car. And I said, did you just call me dude?
I have so many feelings about that.
I know.
Paul. Paul.
Paul, we should
Paul.
all, can we all agree to call Paul dude? now?
Dude.
Dude.
Just call him dude from now on. Yeah. Dude.
Yep, it's been decided.
No, it really has. Okay, I'm sorry. I do say my dude a lot. I do say y'all a lot. And I'm sorry. Call to action for putting this on you. On
I
y'all.
don't think it's nothing to be ashamed of by anything.
No.
By any means, of course, but it's just like I've never heard anyone say it until you. And now that you say it, it's aggressive. It's everywhere. I know like 10 people that say my dude now. Like, oh crap, I just discovered this now.
My dude.
My dude.
So it's everywhere. It really is everywhere.
It
My dude,
genuinely
like-
is. And I'm honestly kind of glad that people notice it because it's a part of me and who I am. My dude is just as much a part of y'all in my vocabulary. So
Where do you get it?
it's really funny. It's really funny sometimes to see the people kind of like point out y'all specifically in chats, in the SEN chat, in the call to action chats and stuff like that, because y'all is genuinely just a part of my vocabulary, and it's just how I kind of say things. So it's kind of sweet and it's kind of nice that it's me and it's a part of me that y'all recognize. So like having my dude be something that y'all recognize also is kind of nice. So thank y'all,
My dude.
all my dudes. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, everybody. Everybody.
I don't say everybody like that.
Maybe I can start saying.
Everybody.
Maybe if I say it, maybe everyone will start saying everybody.
I
Everybody.
apparently like nothing, so I probably would.
Let it flow naturally and let it be a part of who you are, and it is what it is, because like it is what it is.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh,
Okay, well,
it's getting late.
What did Lucas say? Time out. What did Lucas say right now?
he said drink more wine.
Wow.
Lucas, we're gonna have to
I'm
call
not gonna drink the rest of this, dude. My dude. I'm going to drink the rest of this. My dude.
My dude.
My
We're going
dude.
to call it a night, y'all. We
Yeah.
are in almost 2 hours in this
feeling this.
amazing stream. Kelsey and I are drinking White Claw. Kim and Alex are drinking wine. The wine is gone. The wine is gone.
Very
The
well.
White Claw is almost gone. It is what it is. This has been Ladies' Night. We love y'all. We appreciate every single person who is in the chat. So we're going to put our plugs in right now. Alex, tell me what you have to plug right now.
Well, I'm in the process of attempting to find a competitor to go against Frank Janish. Next Wednesday, I'm actually having Kevin Smets be a judge, and Frank Janish is going to be a competitor. So it's going to be a huge situation. Yet I've had like 3 people be like, "I'll compete," but not against Frank. So it's been a struggle. Fuck.
Frank Janish is definitely a person that you have to kind of.
You have to know your shit. You have to know your shit.
That's a good one because Frankie Numbers it has been a person inside of the Schmo Down for a very long time.
Exactly.
Absolutely, 100%. Kevin Smets being a judge on Call to Action is so much fun. I love that. I genuinely do. So let's find that.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be next Wednesday, so that's going to be a real fun time. But also, I run Call to Action Twitter. Our handle is Call to Action Pod. So I like to post funny gifs and funny posts and stuff every once in a while. I try to be funny, but it's not really a guarantee that it is funny. But give us a like or a follow, and I'll appreciate it.
Yes. Thank you so much. Schmo Bates every Wednesday on the Call to Action podcast. We love you so much, Alex. Thank you so much for doing that. Schmo Bates has gotten such a great hit on the SEN network.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Please, let's get all of that SEN plug on Call to Action. Thank you so much. Kelsey, please tell me what you got going on, girl. Where you at?
All right. You can find me at KelseyKins90 on Twitter and Instagram. I also run the Call to Action podcast Instagram, so you can interact with me there. I also am one of the showrunners of Call to Action Live. We'll have an episode this Sunday, which I will be on. Please support. That's our main show. We have all these amazing shows on there, but it's kind of, well, it's an evolution of our original show, the podcast show, but, you know, it's still our bread and butter show, so we'd love to see you guys there. So if we're trying to make it more entertaining for you, so also feedback on how to make it a better, more entertaining show, we'd love. So we will see you there. Also, TeePublic, we have merch, so please buy the merch so that we can all be matching at live events because that makes me so happy. And then, I know, right? And then Ladies' Night, I love this so much. I would love to know from you guys if you want this to be a little bit more of a regular thing. We kind of do it on like a monthly basis. Is that enough for you guys? Would you like to try more like bi-weekly?
I don't think people really care about Ladies' Night. I don't think people really want a Ladies' Night regularly.
I care about Ladies' Night.
If you want a Ladies' Night, y'all, please make sure that you like this video. Please comment as soon as we're done with this live stream. Comment on this video when the live stream is done so we know that Ladies' Night is something that you want.
Yeah, because if you don't do it, we're not gonna know, and maybe this will be our last one ever.
Yeah, unless
No, it can't be the last one ever.
Well, then people better like as well as comment on this page.
Yep. And I saw someone put in the chat, try to get us to 1,000. Yes. Hashtag C2A1K.
C2A1K.
If you have friends who have no interest in showing, just be like, hey, do me a favor, subscribe. Let's get those people numbers. If they don't watch, whatever, at least it's a number. We got a subscriber. Just, you know, if you have dummy accounts, subscribe under there. I have subscribed to both my children's accounts.
My mom subscribe. It's fine.
Let's get us to 1K, guys. I want to get that number. It's a goal for me. I want to see that happen. So
that'd be dope. Oh yeah, I would legit probably cry if that were the case.
No, really, truly, 100%. Kim, my sweet love.
Yes.
Thank you for coming on to the
welcome.
Call to Action podcast. This isn't the last time that you're going to be
No,
here. If I have anything to say about it, it's not the last time that you're going to be here. So please, is there anything you want to plug?
Follow my bitch, Danie on Chill. Let's see if I can do this. Follow my bitch. Alex. I did it. Alex. Oh, look at me.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Right.
On Schmo Base. And follow my bitch, Kelsey, on C2A. Yes. Woo. And shout out to everybody. And ladies' night again soon. And I will be on it again because this was awesome.
Yay.
And we're gonna maybe next time, you know what we can do? We can play a drinking game to go along with it.
Do we not?
Do we need a drinking game?
No, but I want to play a drinking game because I'm naturally competitive and my Slytherin needs to come out at some point.
Okay.
And I'm going against other Slytherins. It needs to happen, guys.
I'm good with that.
This is the difference between a May Gemini and a June Gemini. Because the May Gemini is like, I'm just going to do what I do. And a June Gemini is going to be like, fuck you.
That's so true.
Wait, June what?
Gemini.
June
Babies.
8th?
No.
That's my birthday.
June 8th. All right.
And mine is May 25th.
Yeah, I got it.
Which, by the way, is Star Wars. The original premiere of Star Wars was May 25th, 1977. So very good birthday, Dani.
Exactly. That is my claim to fame, I guess. I also have the same birthday as Lauryn Hill and Mike Myers, the actor, not the serial killer. So, hi, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out with us on Ladies Night. You can find me, Dani Joy, on Twitter at Dani Joy, DANIEEJOY on Twitter. You can find me here on the Call to Action podcast every Monday on Chill to Action. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight inside of the chat. We genuinely appreciate you so much for being with us tonight. Make sure that you tune in on Chill to Action next Monday. We're going to have Mark Ellis on the chat. The Monday after that, we're going to have Winston Marshall. And then the Monday after that, guess what, y'all? We're going to fucking have John Roca on this show. We cannot wait. If you do not understand or know the history of Call to Action with John Roca, it's a big fucking deal, y'all.
It's a long history, a very controversial history.
Oh,
It's a 2.5
God.
year history with John Roca. We cannot wait to have him on this show. Thank you so much for everyone in the live chat tuning in. Thank you so much for everyone who has subscribed to our channel. Please make sure that you get us to the C2A1K. We're getting there. We're almost there. And we cannot wait for every single one of y'all to tune into what we have coming into this next year. Make sure that you tune into me. I'm doing a solo reaction to the Bonnie Somerville Brett Sheridan match tomorrow. That will premiere tomorrow, maybe around 5 Eastern, 7 Central. Thank you.
I cannot wait to watch that.
It's kind of weird. I did it by myself, and it's fun.
That's why I need to watch it. ASA fucking P.
Yes. So thank you so much, everyone in the live chat. Thank you, everyone who has hung out with us this entire time, and everyone who has been a part of the Call to Action. Thank you to everyone who is a part of the Action Army. Make sure that you subscribe to the Patreon for the Action Army Action Industries Patreon. Someone do that for me really quickly because I don't know it.
Yeah, it's patreon.com/Team Action.
Thank you. There it is. There we go, y'all. Thank you so much. We love y'all. We salute you 100%. Ladies Night. Once a month. If you want this more, please make sure that you let us know. Like, comment, subscribe. There we go. Dark shadow right there. Hang it in. Love you, Paul. Thank you so much.
Paul.
Like, comment, subscribe for that second date. We love you. We thank you so much. Please tune in next time. We can't wait to see y'all. Salute. Bye.
Bye. Bye. We'll see you soon.